Merry meet and welcome to Thrilling Thursday here at Ariel's Corner. This is Ariel Gatoga and we are streaming live on YouTube. Moderating today on YouTube are the lovely Jennifer and the lovely Dre. Thank you so very much, moderators, and thank you to everybody for joining us today. Let's get this one on instead. We are going to finish up our second module of the Basic Angel Magic course today. I hope you've enjoyed it. I will be getting those lessons edited and uploaded with all of their appropriate handouts very, very quickly. And I appreciate your patience in all of that. Our website is located at arielscorner.com, arielscorner.com. That's where we have everything that you can possibly imagine at Ariel's Corner. And just as a reminder, everything is free of charge, so please avail yourselves to it all. That includes courses, booklets, which are like mini courses, and lectures, guided meditations, all kinds of cool stuff. So check it out. We have on that website, on the footer of every page, are links to the social media that we participate in. And two of those links are, one of those links is for our Discord server, and the other is the link to our private Facebook group. And those are great places to become more involved in our community. Also, that's the easier place to have any direct contact with me or on our chat thread here on YouTube. You can ask questions here as well. I don't tend to answer a lot of personal emails or DMs, and it's not because I'm trying to be aloof or anything. It's just what happens is it sucks all of my time, and then everybody's wanting personal instruction from me, and I just don't have the time to get anything else done. So I've just kind of made it a policy to not respond to emails and direct messages, and then I try to gently guide you over either to the Discord server, to the private Facebook group, or also interacting here on YouTube. You can do that as well. Sometimes I will interact on comments on videos as well, but nothing in depth. It's just not the right forum for that. The best place to bring in-depth conversations is really the Discord server, and then after that would be the Facebook group. If you do have questions for me after having said all of that, you can put them right in that chat thread, and I will get to them before the end of the stream today. If you'd like to donate to our channel, you can do that by going to paypal.me/arielgatoga, paypal.me/arielgatoga. You can also give a donation right on YouTube. If you're live, you could use a super sticker or super chat in the chat thread, or if you're on a restream, you could always use a super thanks. We do appreciate your support, and we appreciate you being here. We also have a shop that's at arielscornershop.com, arielscornershop.com, and right now that's a bunch of merchandise like t-shirts and mugs, beanies, and things like that. And it's a fun, easy way to give our channel some support if you feel like shopping. I think that's it. Okay, here we go. If you are in a place where it is safe and appropriate, please close your eyes and begin to take some nice, long, slow, deep, relaxing breaths in through your nose and out through your mouth. With every inhale, feel more light and peace entering the body and mind. With every exhale, let go of the tension in your body, along with anything in your mind you do not want. Inhaling peace, exhaling as you let go. We picture ourselves on top of a beautiful mountain in the center of a circular grove of trees. In the center of our circle, a bonfire blazes forth, lighting us and the grove with a sacred golden light. This golden light is the light of perfect love and perfect trust, and it easily and gently burns away everything unlike itself, leaving us safe and serene. Into this sacred space, we invoke the presence of our Creator. To many of us, our Creator reveals themselves to be a mother and father, a goddess and God. We also call upon our angels, our guides, and our teachers. We ask that we be guided as we walk upon the way, and we ask that we be helped into becoming happier, wiser, more peaceful, more magical, and more loving people. Blessed be. This is lesson 6 of the Basic Angel Magic course module number 2, and this will wrap up this module. To understand Enochian magic, we need to look at ancient texts, starting with the Book of Enoch. This book, which is not part of the official Bible, predates the book of Genesis by about 500 years. Enoch is briefly mentioned, Enoch is briefly mentioned in the Bible as the man who walked with God. According to tradition, he was taken to the throne of God by 3 angels, Uriel, Gabriel, and Raphael. These angels revealed to him how creation came to be and shared the universal laws that govern earth and humanity. Uriel, the angel of the throne, taught Enoch about miracles and the changes destined to happen on earth. He also revealed the divine form of astrology, explaining how the planets can influence change. Gabriel taught Enoch about the moon's powers, calling it the minute hand of God's clock. Gabriel explained that everything, whether created by God, archangels, angels, or humans, first must exist as an idea in the mind. He also demonstrated the moon's connection to the stars and the greater universal laws. Raphael, the angel who facilitates communication between God, angels, and humanity, taught Enoch how to use divine mysteries. He also gave Enoch permission to share his knowledge with others. These events occurred long after angels had left the earth, though they are still believed to occasionally walk among men in the guise, although they are still believed to occasionally walk among men in the guise of men, even to this day. When Enoch stood before the throne of God, he gained profound knowledge of divine glory and the rules that govern the universe, including the workings of the planets. Despite his remarkable clairvoyant abilities, Enoch was a humble and simple person. This simplicity made him uniquely chosen for this role. A simple-minded person often accepts what they see and know without overthinking or doubting. That needs to be said again. A simple-minded person often accepts what they see and know without overthinking or doubting. When the angels told Enoch he would ascend to the throne of God, he embraced it without hesitation. He didn't question why he was chosen, he simply accepted it. This quality made him an excellent scribe, recording everything he learned with precision and without skepticism. As a result, Enoch created one of the first written connections between God, his laws, the angels, and humanity. Much of the Pauline arts magic is rooted in this foundation. Though angelic magic often appears simple, it works because it originates from this deep source of wisdom. The Enochian mysteries are valuable when they build on existing knowledge, adding depth and understanding without contradicting previous teachings. They focus on expanding knowledge step by step. The secrets Enoch learned from the angels and recorded were believed to have been lost after the Great Flood. For centuries, these teachings remained a mystery until the 16th century, when the angels supposedly revealed the Enochian secrets again to another remarkable individual. Most of what we know these days about Enochian magic comes from Dr. John Dee, a brilliant Elizabethan scholar and magician. Born on July 13, 1527, in London, Dee was the son of a royal household worker. In 1537, he started his education at the Chantry School of Chelmsford. At the age of 15, he was studying at St. John's College in Cambridge, learning grammar, logic, rhetoric, mathematics, geography, music, and astronomy. A gifted student, Dee earned his BA in 1546. I gotta say that again. In 1946. It was real contemporary. A gifted student, Dee earned his BA in 1546 and was later appointed as an underreader of Greek and made a fellow at the newly established Trinity College. In May 1547, Dee traveled to the University of Louvain, founded in 1431 by the Duke of Burgundy. There he connected with the Duke of Burgundy. There he connected with renowned scholars, including Gerardus Mercator, the geographer famous for the Mercator projection, still used in maps today. After returning to Cambridge to complete his M.A., Dee went back to Louvain in the summer of 1548 to continue his studies. At that time, Louvain was a center of progressive thought in Europe. The influential magician Cornelius Agrippa, author of De Occulta Philosophia, published in 1531, also had studied there. In this environment, Dee deepened his knowledge of alchemy, magic, and astrology. By 1550, Dee began his journey back to England, stopping in Paris along the way. At the College of Reims, he gave free lectures on Euclid, drawing large audiences. His lectures were so well received at the University of Paris that the University of Paris offered him a mathematics professorship with a generous salary. However, Dee declined and continued his return home. In 1556, Dee settled at his mother's house in Mortlake, near Richmond upon Thames, where he established a personal library. Over time, this became the largest library in England, holding around 3,000 printed books and 1,000 manuscripts. And 1,000 manuscripts. Dee was highly regarded by Princess Elizabeth, and on January 15th, 1559, she was crowned Queen of England on a date that he selected based on her horoscope. Dee was a highly productive scholar, studying and writing about subjects such as mathematics, astronomy, and geography. He also taught practical skills to sea captains like Martin Frobisher, including geometry, cosmology, and how to use navigational instruments for exploring the New World. In addition, Dee built a laboratory for alchemical experiments and maintained a special room near his study called an oratory, where he kept books on magic, such as Agrippa's occult such as Agrippa's occult philosophy. This oratory also contained tools for spiritual communication, like mirrors and crystals, which Dee believed could help him connect with angels through prayer, rituals, and clairvoyance. Since Dee couldn't see visions in the crystal himself, he relied on others called scryers to assist him. On December 22, 1581, a young scryer named Barnabas Saul claimed to see the angel Ariel in Dee's crystal globe, but their partnership didn't last. On March 8, 1582, Saul was replaced by Edward Kelly, who initially went by the name Talbot. Dee, eager to receive angelic guidance, explained that he hoped their help would advance his philosophical studies. The day after Kelly began working with Dee, he looked into the crystal and claimed to see the archangel Ariel. According to the Book of Enoch, Ariel had revealed the secrets of the stars to Enoch. Dee owned a copy of a book by a French scholar named Guillaume Postel, which was about the origins of the Hebrew language. And this book was published in 1553. In it was mentioned how an Ethiopian priest had told Postel about a book of Enoch preserved in Ethiopia. This book supposedly contained the language of God taught to Adam, which Adam used to name all the creatures in Eden. Expecting to contact a minor spirit, Dee was shocked to find himself speaking with an archangel. When asked for guidance, Ariel told him, "Michael is the angel who lights your way." The next day, through Kelly's crystal, Ariel revealed the presence of the archangel Michael to Dee. Michael then supposedly proclaimed, "Go forward, God hath blessed thee. I will be thy guide. Thou shalt attain unto thy seeking. The world begins with thy doings. Praise God. The angels under my power shall be at thy commandment. Lo, I will do thus much for thee. Thou shalt see me, and I will be seen of thee, and I will direct thy living and conversation." This marked the beginning of a series of significant magical revelations delivered by Ariel and Ariel, carefully documented by John Dee in his spiritual diaries. Carefully documented by John Dee in his spiritual diaries. These divine instructions laid the groundwork for an intricate magical system later outlined in Dee's manuscript De Heptarchia Mystica. The system was built around 49 angels and arranged in a 7x7 structure, and included invocations, hours, seals, and sigils. It was during this time that the first elements of the Enochian language began to emerge. On March 26, 1583, the Enochian alphabet, consisting of 21 unique characters, was revealed. 3 days later, the Archangel Raphael provided names for these characters, although the names didn't correspond to their sounds. Shortly afterwards, texts in the Enochian language began to appear, culminating in the Book of Speech from God. This substantial work featured 49 so-called calls or prayers written in the angelic language, along with 95 massive letter tables, each structured as a 49 by 49 grid. Edward Kelly transcribed this material and completed it on May 6, 1583. Later that year, on September 21st, Dee and Kelly, along with their families, Dee's wife, 3 children, and Kelly's wife, embarked on a journey to Poland. Their goal was to gain favor with the Polish nobleman Albert Laski to improve their fortunes. The group arrived in Krakow by February of 1584, where Kelly continued to receive additional Enochian texts through scrying. These new texts, often accompanied by English translations, were instrumental in expanding the Enochian lexicon. Among the revelations were 48 poetic verses called the 48 Claves Angelicae, or 48 angelic keys. These mystical verses were said to unlock the 49 gates of wisdom and understanding, represented by the magical squares in Liber Logoeth. Ariel explained their purpose. I am to instruct you according to the doctrine contained in 49 tables. In these 49 voices or callings lie the natural keys to open, not 49, but 48 gates of understanding, as one is not to be opened. Through these gates you will gain the knowledge to move every gate and understand that these 19 calls are the entrances into the mystical tables. In May 1584, another major work, the Book of Knowledge, Aid and Earthly Victory, was received through Kelly's crystal scrying. This was followed in July by the book Invocations of the Table of Angels, further developing the Enochian system. John Dee referred to this language as angelical, believing it to be the original divine language spoken by the Creator to communicate with the angels and Adam. Dee claimed that Adam used this sacred tongue to name all the creatures in the Garden of Eden. However, after humanity was expelled from Eden, the language was lost and replaced by human languages. Dee speculated that Hebrew still retained traces of this original divine power. According to Dee's angelic guides, the patriarch Enoch was the last human to fully understand the angelical language. They claimed Enoch recorded this language in Liber Logoeth as a divine gift to humanity, but it was lost during the Great Flood. These angels told Dee and his assistant Edward Kelly that the secrets once revealed to Enoch were now being entrusted to them. Over time, this mystical language became known as Enochian. Enochian magic is a complex and deeply layered practice believed to hold great power, but its secrets are not easily uncovered. While this is not a course in Enochian magic, understanding its origins can provide clarity for what we are studying. Enochian teachings describe 4 watchtowers established over the earth, each governed by a powerful angel or group of angels. These angels are responsible for overseeing the 4 corners of the earth, which align with the 4 elements: earth, air, fire, and water. These elements are viewed as the foundation of creation and human life. Earth represents the physical world, the dust from which humans were created and to which they will return. This dust also includes everything that grows on earth: grains, fruits, vegetables, and plants, our essential sources of nourishment. Air symbolizes the mind. Like the wind, our thoughts are invisible, intangible, and powerful. Though we can't see or touch our minds, they shape how we experience the world and create our reality. Fire represents spirit and is seen as a purifying force. It is said that our souls come from primeval fire and the overflow of God's creative energy. Fire is also essential for physical life, as the heat created through bodily friction is necessary for conception and survival. Water is considered the basis of life itself. According to the Book of Enoch, all living beings originated in the seas, evolving from simple organisms like amoebas into the complexity of humanity. The angels of the watchtowers, like the teaching angels, the angels of the watchtowers, unlike the teaching angels, don't interact with humanity directly, but they have a significant impact on our physical existence. These celestial beings govern the planets and its elements, including everything on, within, and beneath the earth: plants, minerals, oil, coal, and our bodies. Teaching angels act as the connection between humanity and the divine. They are closely linked to the angels of the 4 watchtowers. Teaching angels provide the knowledge needed to understand the watchtowers and their guardians. It is strongly advised not to invoke the angels of the watchtowers. Even with a deep understanding of the Enochian mysteries, this can be very risky. Instead, it's safer to work with the teaching angels. The main role of the angels of the watchtowers is to guide the Earth's evolution, not to oversee humanity directly. Their focus is on ensuring the planet grows and evolves as part of a larger cosmic order. These angels manage every aspect of the planet's elements to maintain harmony, including natural resources like plants, minerals, and energy sources. The watchtower of the Earth, for example, governs everything related to the planet. Cassiel, a teaching angel, and Anael, who is the guardian of the fixed Earth sign, act as intermediaries between humanity and the watchtower. When upheavals like earthquakes occur, it's important to note that neither Cassiel nor Anael causes these events. Instead, the angels of the watchtower act in alignment with a higher divine plan. The watchtower angels are not here to guide or comfort humanity, nor do they oppress them. Nor do they oppress us. Their purpose is to govern the planet's elements, driving change through natural cycles of creation and destruction. While this can seem harsh, it's crucial to understand that they are fulfilling Earth's destiny. Unlike the teaching angels or archangels who actively protect and assist humanity, the angels of the watchtowers are responsible for maintaining the Earth's natural balance and ensuring its ongoing evolution. The watchtower is represented in the tarot as card number 10, the Wheel of Fortune, oversee different regions of the Earth and bring about periods of transformation as the wheel turns. For example, if Atlantis was indeed a real continent, it sank beneath the ocean. This event would have happened under the influence of the Watchtower of Water, marking an end of that era. The Watchtower of Water governs all things tied to water: raindrops, oceans, rivers, lakes, and even underground springs. Its angel works alongside the archangels Gabriel and Samael, who rule. Its angel works alongside Archangel Gabriel and also Samael, who rules the fixed sign of water. While these angels can offer guidance and support, the angels of the watchtower itself are not meant to directly be invoked. Their focus is on Earth's evolution. While the teaching angels offer guidance and support, the angels of the watchtower itself are not meant to be directly invoked. Their focus is on Earth's evolution, not the everyday lives of humans. Though their actions can sometimes seem destructive, they align with the Creator's will. Earth, like any living organism, has a life cycle of birth, change, and eventually death. The watchtowers ensure these natural processes unfold as needed. The watchtower of fire governs the element of fire in all its forms, bringing warmth, purification, creation, and sometimes destruction. When fire devastates cities or landscapes, it is often the work of this watchtower, acting as a force for transformation. For instance, in 1988, the Yellowstone wildfire, though destructive, cleared dead vegetation and allowed new growth to thrive. The angels of the watchtower of fire collaborate with the archangel Michael, who is the ruler of the fixed fire sign, and also Samael, to fulfill their duties in service to the planet's greater good. The watchtower of air governs the mind and the pursuit of knowledge, promoting learning and understanding. Its angels, Raphael, along with Ariel, who rules the fixed sign of air, oversees this domain. This watchtower controls all aspects of air, from gentle breezes to destructive tornadoes, embodying both wisdom and power. Together, the watchtowers play a crucial role in Earth's evolution. They govern the elements and ensure the planet changes according to its natural order. While their actions can appear harsh, they serve the greater purpose of maintaining the balance and progression of Earth's existence. Widespread flooding, famine, disease, and homelessness are common outcomes of large-scale crises, whether caused by human actions or natural disasters. In extreme situations, tools like the angelic signatures and Enochian tablets can offer support, sometimes leading to outcomes that appear to be miraculous. For instance, in wet conditions where fire is essential, invoking the angel Samael, associated with fire, may help create warmth. During famine, calling on an angel associated with help from the sky could bring food or even phenomena like manna, as described in biblical accounts. Throughout history, occult practitioners have sought during emergencies for their knowledge of these angelic tools and their practical applications. However, these tools are not for casual use. They should only be used in genuine emergencies, as misuse can lead to unintended consequences. Practitioners should carefully evaluate what constitutes a real emergency and act with responsibility. The angelic tablets are most effective when used on specific days dedicated to their corresponding angels, such as Sunday for Michael, etc. However, during large-scale disasters where tracking days may be impossible, these tools can obviously be used any time. They can even be drawn in wet sand or on a stone if needed. Practicing with these signatures and tablets on their designated days helps build a stronger connection and ensures effective use when emergencies arise. While future global changes or upheavals may occur, they won't necessarily involve war or widespread catastrophe. Nonetheless, preparation is key. As an occult practitioner, you might be called upon to guide and help others who lack this knowledge. These tools should be used responsibly, not for trivial purposes, but to provide meaningful assistance during critical situations. Natural disasters like earthquakes, floods, and volcanic eruptions are part of Earth's ongoing evolution as its molten core and vibrational balance shift. Humanity's collective actions and emotional states can sometimes disrupt this balance, causing events like cracks in the Earth's crust, volcanic activity, rising sea levels, and and climate change. Historical accounts such as the story of mythical and I'm not going to I don't know why it came out as historical. Mythical accounts such as the story of Atlantis describe the disappearance and come back words. Mythical accounts, such as the story of Atlantis, describe the disappearance and re-emergence of continents as part of these changes. Similarly, modern issues like rising sea levels, earthquakes, climate change, wildfires, etc., reflect this ongoing process. Human activities, including nuclear testing and carbon emissions, plus collective fears of war, can further disrupt the planet's natural harmony, intensifying these challenges. To fully appreciate spiritual truths, it's helpful to understand the deep connection between angels, humanity, and the divine. This connection is often explored through occult teachings, which many turn to when traditional religious practices feel incomplete. At first, some may feel hesitant or even guilty about stepping outside conventional beliefs, as society often discourages questioning and encourages blind acceptance. Yet even Jesus is said to have encouraged seeking truth through the quote, "Knock and the door shall be opened, seek and ye shall find." This aligns with the occult view that asking questions is the first step toward growth and understanding. Through this exploration, we see that concepts like the devil are symbolic, created to explain the unknown. According to occult teachings, evil doesn't come from an external force, but from human ignorance and prejudice. In these traditions, figures like saviors are seen as reincarnations of an archangel, who, much like humanity, made mistakes and atoned for them by taking full responsibility for their actions. Rather than diminishing the beauty of spiritual truths, this perspective adds depth, emphasizing understanding over blind faith. The occult path focuses on knowledge, often called gnosis, as a way to uncover deeper truths. The journey of seeking the truth can be compared to the Annunciation, where Archangel Gabriel spoke to the soul. In the biblical story, Gabriel's visit to Mary symbolizes The journey of seeking truth can be compared to the Annunciation, where the Archangel Gabriel speaks to the soul. In the biblical story, Gabriel's visit to Mary symbolizes an inner awakening. Gabriel, associated with the moon, is often depicted holding a silver trumpet, representing the vibrations of creation. Lilies, a symbol tied to Gabriel, represent purity and are closely linked to the Annunciation. Gabriel's last trump, as seen in the tarot card the Judgment, is said to awaken the dead, while his first signifies new beginnings and creation. Throughout history, there have always been individuals seeking to understand beyond traditional faith. Many turned to the occult for answers, but this often led to persecution, with seekers being labeled heretics and accused of witchcraft. To protect this knowledge, teachings were passed down discreetly and preserved in works like what we believe wisdom is secreted in a game called the tarot deck. Open discussions about occult truths could result in accusations of blasphemy or Satanism. While society no longer burns people at the stake, at least currently, skepticism and ridicule persist. This is why secret schools continue to exist, sharing this wisdom privately with those genuinely seeking the deeper truths. Despite these challenges, the search for truth continues. More people today are questioning traditional beliefs and turning to esoteric knowledge for deeper understanding than ever. This reflects a growing desire for clarity and purpose in a world that often feels directionless. The book of Revelation mentions the servants of God being sealed in their foreheads, symbolizing those who gain deeper knowledge, hidden truths. Ariel's losing his ability to speak, so I'm going to come back and say that again. The book of Revelation The book of Revelation mentions the servants of God being sealed in their foreheads, symbolizing those who gain deeper hidden truths. When our minds are open to greater insight, we metaphorically carry a, quote, seal of understanding. This seal is often described as a faint mark or subtle sensation between the eyes, above the bridge of the nose, commonly referred to as the, quote, psychic eye. While some debate whether this mark is physical or purely energetic, it represents being, quote, chosen to carry ancient wisdom and reminds us of our connection to divine truth and guidance. The, quote, psychic eye, often associated with the pineal gland, develops as one deepens their understanding. In the past, this concept was misinterpreted, leading to tragedies like witch hunts, where innocent people were persecuted. Despite such setbacks, seekers have preserved this knowledge through the ages. Being, quote, chosen simply means being ready to receive and embrace divine wisdom. The seal signifies a covenant between an individual and the Creator, a sign of commitment to understanding, a sign of commitment and understanding and compassion. A sign of commitment to understanding and compassion. As it is written, and so shall, as it is written, and it shall stand as a covenant between you and him, and on thy brow there shall be a sign, and the hand that raises to strike thee shall be withered and smitten. Simplicity is often the key to greatness. As we progress through magical studies, we learn that most effective methods are usually the simplest. The true skill of an initiate lies in breaking down complex problems and confidently using straightforward techniques and rituals tied to higher occult practices. In this lesson, I am going to teach you how to use the Enochian planetary tablets, one of the most powerful tools in magic. This is the only aspect of Enochian magic that I practice or teach. These tablets are specifically designed to connect with the teaching angels and not with the other entities often associated with the Enochian magical system. When angels walked the earth as teachers of humanity, their purpose was to educate and elevate human minds. They recognized that people needed their basic physical needs, food, shelter, warmth, met first, so that they could focus on learning sacred truths without being consumed by daily survival. However, the Enochian tablets were not created to encourage idleness or laziness. However, the Enochian tablets were not created to encourage laziness. Work remains essential to personal growth and spiritual progress. Instead, the angels understood that constant struggle for necessities could leave no room for intellectual and spiritual development. According to legend, the angels created these tablets, written in their angelic language, to help humanity. This language is not made up of conventional words, but of vibrations, sounds that activate specific forces and attract what is needed by those who use the tablets. According to legend, the original tablets were created by Tubal-Cain, the Bible's first metal worker, under the guidance of the angels. Simply looking at the tablets was considered a sacred act, and it was said to activate their powers. The tablets were made to carry out a divine command to, quote, scatter and multiply knowledge. In humanity's early history, sacred knowledge was spread during the Great Migration of Initiates, which began in what occultists refer to as Bereshit, or the beginning. Bereshit is the first word in the Hebrew Torah, meaning in the beginning. It is believed to mark humanity's Sorry, I just lost my place. Okay, I'm going to say that last paragraph over. The tablets were made to carry out a divine commandment to, quote, scatter and multiply knowledge. In humanity's early history, sacred knowledge was spread during the Great Migration of Initiates, which began in what occultists refer to as Bereshit, in the beginning. Bereshit, the first word in the Hebrew Torah meaning in the beginning, is believed to mark humanity's true origins. This ancient magical civilization predates Mesopotamia and Egypt, far older than the cultures often associated with the mystical arts. Bereshit, or Genesis, began in Africa, the birthplace of Homo sapiens. Through reincarnation, humanity is said to have evolved, and certain individuals developed the intellectual capacity to learn the sacred magic of the angels. The Great Migration of Initiates under angelic guidance spread this knowledge from Africa to different regions such as Egypt, Sumeria, India, Tibet, China, Europe, and beyond. As they spread, they laid the foundation of civilization and shared the angelic magical traditions. Along the way, the initiates had to overcome extreme challenges, harsh environments, wilderness, and survival needs. The tablets were said to aid them, providing food, shelter, warmth, and even facilitating trade in the new lands. Known as the Tablets of the Moon, they were especially potent during certain lunar phases when the moon's energy amplified their effects. Although the Enochian language and the tablets faded into obscurity, they were never lost entirely. Their knowledge is said to have remained hidden, waiting to be rediscovered by those capable of communicating with the angels and understanding their language. This lesson includes the tablets of the moon and instructions for their use. As an occultist, it's important to recognize your true needs and use the tablets only when all practical efforts have failed. They are meant to be used as a last resort, helping you in times of genuine need. To use the tablets is very simple. You simply trace or copy them onto a sheet of paper, and transparent paper, tracing paper works really well for this, and carry the tablet with you until your need is met. The angels often work through very ordinary, everyday channels to bring you what you require. While their methods may seem mundane, the results will fulfill your needs. Once your need has been met, you simply rip up or burn the paper. And you will, in the lesson, you'll get a copy of each of these tablets. And then you'll also get some explanation on how to use each tablet. And also, it's important to understand that the angelic signatures can be used in a similar way. The signatures that you already have, and I have a booklet on the angelic signatures, and there's a previous lesson that you will see all the signatures are in there as well in Module 2. So you'll have those plus these tablets. So you have two different tools to use if you're up against the wall and you don't know what else to do, or if there are some real major needs. So it's good to have some emergency kind of tools to have at your availability. Now, it's also okay to practice with the signatures and with the tablets on a regular basis, just for the purpose of practicing and aligning with the teaching angels. And then you just rip up the signature or talisman when you're finished. It's a type of meditation that you can do, tracing the signatures or tracing the tablets. And the purpose of that is to memorize both the signatures and the tablets so that you can use them if the need is ever great. But it's very important to understand that you're clear when you're just practicing that these aren't being used for invoking the powers for specific use. They are used for the purpose of practicing, and then you just rip it up when you're done with it. And that concludes Lesson 6 of Module 2 of our Basic Angel Magic course, and it also wraps up all of Module 2. I hope you've enjoyed this, and we will get to more angel magic very soon. There is a lot of angel magic also in my free booklets. Don't look at them as being sort of off the cuff necessarily. There's some really good and important information in those free booklets, and they are, especially the ones that deal specifically with angel magic, can be considered to be adjuncts to the Basic Angel Magic course, and it would be a smart idea to avail yourself to all of those. Thank you so much. Until next time, blessed be. Okay, let's see what we've got, if anything. And Enoch became Metatron. That's a legend. That's a legend that he did. I'm not sure. That's one of the legends, is that Enoch became Metatron. It sounds possible. All of these, all angel lore is just lore. And really what's most important is your interaction with these forces and your ability to work with these forces in a way that helps you and helps you be a better person. Ariel, I like this. Thank you. Oh, you're so welcome. Well, thanks for listening. I guess we don't have any other questions, but that was a good question about Enoch and Metatron, and I appreciate it very much. And I appreciate it very much to the amazing moderators. Today we had the lovely Jennifer and the lovely Dre. And we will see everybody, I hope, tomorrow, because we are going to do one round of the Witch's Rosary, followed by our Shekinah Square, because this is will be the first Friday after the new moon, where there is no dark moon or eclipse. So I hope you can join us for that. Then we'll come back on Saturday for a psalm spell and Sunday for a live stream lecture. And I can't wait to see what I come up with for next Thursday. I'm kind of toying with the idea, since it was requested, of going back through at least Poimandres, some of the ancient Hermetica. So we may do that. I'm not sure that we'll do it next week, but we may do that very soon, especially if there's enough interested in that. All right, we'll see everybody tomorrow. Until next time, blessed be.